Something I want to share with you today is called the Think Back, Think Forward, and Think Big strategy. Something very powerful that you'll be able to use in your sales career, what you're doing now, trying to learn with any kind of sales industry or the auto industry that you're going in. So the first thing that's with that is to think back. So everybody, when they go back and point in time, they have something that they have accomplished in their life that's unique to them, that's special to them. There's things that you did in there. Maybe you overcame an obstacle, maybe it was something academic, it was an award you earned, a trophy you earned, something that was special to you that you can remember that is real for you. Everybody is gonna have their own unique think big strategy that they can use. Then you're gonna think forward, and you want to use all those same principles, things that you were able to do back then in the past to accomplish that. So when I go over this, to really get the point across of what you want to do with this, is I kind of tell my story, which is a think back, think forward for me that I've been able to use in my career to be successful in the auto industry. So thinking back first, years ago, growing up as a kid, I was in group homes and foster homes ever since I was at the age of 12 to the age of 18 years old. So I was away from my family, so it was difficult. So I had to go through a lot of different counseling with that. And back then, I never will forget, I was in 10th grade, high school, John Adams High School on the east side of Cleveland, pretty rough neighborhood. And in the group home of the boys, we were able to, do things. We would play basketball, football, sports. We did a lot of things. So I was pretty competitive and I was pretty athletic. And so when I switched to that group home, St. Augustine group home on the east side of Cleveland, I wanted to play sports. I wanted to play football and basketball. So I went to the school and I went to try to sign up for those. I went back to the group home. Well, there I was in an unfortunate situation because the group home said that due to them not having insurance to cover it, I couldn't play any physical sports. So I wanted to get out of there. So I got a hold of my caseworker and I said, I want to switch to a different group home because I can't even play sports. And she said, Jeff, right now I can't switch you to another group home at this time to place you in a different one. She said she looked on there with the school I went to, and she said, well, what else do they have that you could maybe be involved with? So she seen that they had a chess team. So she said, well, what about the chess team? Do you know how to play chess? And I said, yeah, I'm good at chess. I'm very good. So in the group home, we played chess quite a bit. So I was pretty much the number one at the group home, and I felt like skill was pretty good. So I thought, hey, I just wanted to be involved in something, a part of something with the school, to be able to do something. So I went back to the school, tried to check out for the chess team. Little do I know that this chess team had two trainers that were chess masters. They were ranked number one in the city of Cleveland, number one in the state of Ohio, and third in the United States out of 900 schools. So what I felt that my skills were good, that I was very good at the game. When I went there and tried to get on the team, I was nowhere near their level of play. So I couldn't get on the team. I couldn't even win a single game. So I started going and playing with them at the study halls, and so I lost probably at least 300 to 400 games without winning a single game. So I wanted to be a part of something, so I pretty much lied to the group home and told them I'm on the chess team, I have chess practice. So as the chess team was going to play other schools, I would go with them. I was pretty much the chess team water boy. I wasn't on the team, I was going with them. I had to stay out in the hallway when they were playing these matches. They would come out, I was excited about it. I was like, how are you doing? Do you need some water? So I kept coming back. I never will forget, I was in there, they were studying for the state championship, chess state championship at that time. One of the masters was in there with the board going over some things. Well, all I wanted to do was learn. So I raised my hand and tried to ask a question. Well, my question was so elementary that he took it as I was questioning his expertise. So I never will forget, he goes to the back room with the chess teacher, with the chess coach, which is the teacher there. And he's like, who is this kid? What's going on here? How come he's interrupting the class? My question was on page 2, they were on page 3000. So they were way more far advanced than that. But I really wanted to learn, so I kept coming back. Well, the chess coach was like, hey, this is just one of those orphan kids. he's not any good. We're just kind of feel sorry for him. We're letting him hang out. So this chess master takes me in the back room, sits me down, and he says, look, other people in life are gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna be upfront with you and tell you the truth. We have all these trophies, all these awards. At your level of play, your chances of getting on this chess team is slim to none. I'm not saying you can't come to the practices or the lessons. You can come to them, but if you interrupt the class one more time and say anything, you cannot come back. Are we understood? So I said yes, and I covered my mouth and I didn't say another word. But I kept coming back. I had a passion for it. So I went to the library and I got some books on master's games of chess, and I started studying those. And then once I learned chess notation, I recorded every single game that I was in, even though I lost. So I recorded the games. Recording the games is basically this: even every game I played through, I would write it down, and then I would go back and study that game. So I knew at that point, even though I was losing, I had a passion for it. I would go back, I was studying, I was trying to learn, I was trying to get better. But I wasn't on the team. So they're getting ready for the state championship. And I never will forget, they said, we're gonna enter the team into a college tournament at Cleveland State University, some of the toughest competition around. That way they can use that material to study for the state championship. Well, I was excited. I wasn't even on the team. I was excited though, because I was able to see an actual tournament go on, even though I wasn't on the team. Well, everybody, all the kids in there for their team, and the tournament was coming up in just a few days. Well, lo and behold, right before the tournament, one of the kids was sick. So they were like, what are we gonna do now? So there I was, an opportunity for the fill-in. They go, well, why don't we just use Jeff as a fill-in? And even if he doesn't win a single game, we still think we can get the material we need to prepare for the state championship. So they asked me, they said, will the group home let you play in the tournament? And I said, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can ask them. So I went back and asked them. Well, this worked out very good because I had already told the group home that I was on the chess team, which I wasn't on the team. Well, actually I was the chess team water boy, but I wasn't actually on the team. So they said, do you need insurance for it? I said, no. They said, okay, great, you can play. So I was excited. So they kind of worked with me a few days before, just kind of going over basics, getting in there. So I go to play in this tournament and I lost my first game. I was very nervous. They said, just calm down. We went over the material. Well, by the end of the tournament, it was a 5-round tournament. They're announcing all the trophies for all the different divisions. And I was unrated because I had never played in a tournament. Well, so there we was at the end of the tournament. For the unrated trophy, there's a tie for first place. This other kid and me, Jeff Lempeck, to play in a 15-minute speed off for the first place trophy. So I beat him in that game and got the trophy, took it back to the group home. So I tied for first place in the unrated division, won the trophy. Well, then the masters and the chess coach went through all the games of all the tournaments. Somehow I was paired up against some of the toughest competition. So what they found in that tournament was, even though I was newer and wasn't on the team, I was the fill-in, I had played against some of the toughest competition in the tournament. So when it came to time for them to announce who was going to play what board in the state championship, they pulled the screen down on the chalkboard, they pulled it up. There I was playing board number 5. I was on the team. The other guy was bumped off the team. I actually made the team and was going to play in the state championship. And beside my name in parentheses, it said the Prodigy. So I was like, what is this? What does that mean? And they go, well, either you were bullcrapping us this whole time and actually knew how to play, or you're a real life child prodigy, a chess prodigy, because you have picked up and made moves that you shouldn't have been making in that tournament for your level of play. So I made it on the team, went to play in the state championship. After that chess trainer told me that my chances were slim to none, I made it on the team, played in another tournament at Cleveland State University, and from there, one of my games was featured in Chess Life magazine. So as we think back to that point in time, I think back to that, and there's key things in there. At first, I didn't win. I failed. I lost a lot. But one of the couple things in there that I had a passion for it. I kept coming back. I had to practice. I had to study. I had to eat, drink, and sleep it. So now I think forward to when I got in the car business, and which is difficult, and the odds were against me again. They said statistics show that your odds of making it in this business are very slim to none. Why? Because a lot of people come in the business and they don't get properly trained, which is why I've come out with a program called Prodigy One, Unleash the Prodigy in You. Because now I can think forward, and you can think forward and know that whatever it was that in the past that you accomplished that was special to you, you can use those same things in your career and any point in your life going forward to accomplish those things. You don't want to give up. You're gonna have to study, you're gonna have to practice, you're gonna have to learn, and you're gonna have to keep being persistent with it, but you're gonna have to have a passion for it, and you're gonna have to know that if you do all those things, you too in return can be successful whatever you want to do in life, just like you accomplished those other things in the past. So that's why I call it the think back, think forward, and think big, because you want to think big with your goals and in your life, and it's all a mindset with your philosophy to know that you can accomplish anything that you want in your life if you apply those same principles and know that there's certain key things that you're going to have to do, and that if you do those things and you apply those things, you too will be successful. So I'll see you at the top. Prodigy One, unleash the prodigy in you.